What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, then I would really love if you could subscribe to my channel. With the gym starting to open back up, I know there's a couple smaller gyms in my area that are going to be opening up on Friday, which just happens to be June 5th. Everybody can slowly start getting back into their training routines, but one thing I did kind of take away from these home workouts is how effective having a set of dumbbells really can be. However, with that being said, I do go to Good Life Fitness and they will not be opening up on June 5th. I'm not really sure when they will be opening up, so that's why I wanted to make today's video to give you guys the top 8 best dumbbell exercises that you can do at home. Given the fact that if you do have dumbbells, I would highly recommend you guys go out and buy some adjustable dumbbells. I've recently purchased those, and that has been the best decision because I'm able to kind of go from 10 pounds to 65 pounds, and I'm only really limited by the amount of weight that I have. So honestly, having a set of adjustable dumbbells gives you so many options at home. And after reading some of the procedures in terms of how Good Life's going to be applying some of their COVID procedures, they're going to be kind of having you to book your workouts in advance, and you potentially could be limited to 1 hour in the gym. So this is going to dramatically affect your workout, especially if you're like me and you kind of like to train for over an hour. So I think that having a good mix of being able to go to the gym, get an effective workout in that hour, and then also maybe if it's fully booked or some days where you don't feel comfortable going, or maybe you just don't want to go and you want to stick to your home workouts and you do have a set of dumbbells, then I want to give you the top 8 best dumbbell exercises that you can do at home or in the gym.
Starting off with your lower body, and if you're looking to really build up your quads and you can't skip out on the dumbbell Bulgarian split squats, the reason why this makes the top of my list for quads is the unilateral aspect. It really allows us to overload them effectively at home with minimal weight, but also makes for a great choice in the gym as well. Because one leg is actually taken out of the equation, then we'll be demanding a lot more from your core to actually stabilize yourself when you're performing the exercise, which is another great benefit. So definitely add this exercise in your training for some serious quad development. After hitting our quads, we can't forget about our hamstrings, as a set of beefy hamstrings is really going to add some serious thickness to your legs. Here we're going to be doing some dumbbell RDLs. Being able to actually get a good stretch on them by using a hip hinge based exercise like this is really going to train them effectively, and by grabbing yourself a pair of dumbbells, you're able to easily progressively overload this way. Some important cues for really mastering it is to slightly bend at your knees and sit back. You want to keep your back straight and really focus on hinging at your hips to lower the dumbbells versus at your shoulders. Another common mistake is going down too far. Most times we do want to extend the range of motion, but with this exercise, your hamstring flexibility will definitely come into play, and you only really want to go down until it's comfortable for you to actually avoid injury. Now moving on to the upper body, and it's time to hit the chest with the dumbbell press. This is by far my favorite chest exercise out there, and compared to the bench press, I always get an awesome mind-muscle connection, and the freedom of the dumbbells really allows me to use a more preferred range of motion for my shoulders. A very common issue holding a lot of people back being able to actually maximize their bench is strength imbalances, and the dumbbell press might not look as flashy, but I guarantee it is the easiest and most effective way at balancing out your strength and differences and actually building overall muscle symmetry. So if you want a more in-depth review of the bench press versus the dumbbell press, then I did a video on it that I highly encourage you guys to check out, where I go over the pros and cons. Next up is our triceps, and if you're looking to build some seriously thick triceps, then the lying dumbbell tricep extension is going to be your solution. I found these much easier on the elbows than any barbell or easy bar skull crusher variation. These provide you with an awesome stretch at the bottom and primarily target the long head of your triceps, which makes up the majority of your mass of your arms, so you definitely don't want to skip out on this one. Now to hit our shoulders, there's nothing better than some seated dumbbell shoulder press. This will not only translate into improving all aspects of our overall pressing strength, but will help build you some serious shoulders in the process. Having your back supported in a very small incline, I find really help relieve some of the tension off my lower back and gives me the opportunity to go a little bit heavier. And I believe if any muscle group responds well to heavier weights, it's definitely going to be your shoulders. If you'd like to see a more in-depth video that actually covers the pros and cons of the dumbbell shoulder press versus the overhead press, then I did a video on that, and I highly encourage you guys to check that out. For back, we're going to be doing some single arm dumbbell rows. We're going to be rowing more towards our hip to really increase that lat activation. And a tip when performing this is to focus on pulling with your elbow instead of your hand. This is really going to help with developing that mind-muscle connection and reduce the bicep engagement. And if you're anything like me, one lat is slightly bigger than the other, then this is actually going to really help correct that imbalance because of the unilateral component. And as the weight starts getting heavier, I definitely recommend using straps, as your back development definitely won't be limited by your forearm strength. And we can't forget about everybody's favorite, which is going to be the biceps, and I really like the non-alternating dumbbell curl. The reason why I prefer the non-alternating variation over the alternating one is because you do eliminate the rest each arm would get while the other arm is working, and a useful tip in performing this is to actually focus on gripping through with your pinky finger rather than squeezing the handle evenly, and I find that this really helps activate more of my bicep, and I feel it far less in my forearms. And when it comes to abs, overloading them is just as important as any other muscle group. So here we're going to be doing some dumbbell weighted sit-ups. These are going to be primarily targeting your upper abs. And by simply placing your hands underneath a dumbbell, you've easily made this exercise more challenging and are able to overload your abs very effectively. Proper nutrition is important for revealing your abs, but training them is essential for sculpting them. So definitely don't neglect the importance of training them hard, just like you would with any other muscle group.
Alright guys, so there you have it, the top 8 best dumbbell exercises for each of the major muscle groups. And like I mentioned at the start of the video, there will be a lot of procedures in place, and that could in fact actually impact the effectiveness of your workouts. So I think if you do have a pair of adjustable dumbbells or a set of dumbbells at home, I think it's great to kind of mix it up. Personally, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to kind of do most of the exercises at home, kind of fill in the gaps with the gym. Maybe, like I said, I don't really have a barbell or a lot of those heavy like 45-pound plates or Olympic plates. So I think I'm going to actually kind of fill in the gaps there, but I'm going to try to get most of my training in at home. So I highly encourage you guys, if you do have a set of dumbbells or adjustable weights, maybe consider not getting rid of them and holding on to them, because I don't know exactly how smooth the process is going to be in terms of the gym, and honestly you might be better off just kind of, like I said, mixing it up, training at home and training at the gym. And with the bookings, you don't really know if it's going to be fully booked or how the booking process is going to go, so just because the gyms are opening up, that doesn't mean that you should kind of ditch your home training. So that's why I wanted to make today's video and give you guys the best 8 dumbbell exercises for building muscle. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel because I do have a lot of great exciting content that's planned in the works that I'm really looking forward to delivering to you guys, so hit that subscribe button. Also turn on the bell notifications. I do release videos 3 times a week, so if you are new to my channel, you can expect uploads every Sunday, every Wednesday, and every Friday. So be sure to turn on those bell notifications, and also drop the video a like. I do appreciate all the likes, and the support and feedback definitely goes a long way, and I'll catch everybody in the next one. Alright, peace out.